So again, for those of you who don't know this is a best of 3 mode. We already had the first 2 matches of Captain Duck versus Traviktox. So far, a 1v1. Traviktox was able to decide the first match for himself, Captain Duck the second one, and now we're up to the great final. It's gonna be great, it's gonna be a blast, and I hope you're all doing great. Let me see. The runners are already up. Just gonna see if I can get the Twitch set up. So make ready to spam some hype in chat, because this is gonna be a really, really close match. I can already call that. So yeah, most likely my good friend Cephalon is gonna join me in commentary in just a bit. But for now, you're just gonna have to stick with me here, as the runners are going to Retro Brinstar, approaching their first 2 items, and I'm gonna guess the first item is gonna be Mothball. It might be X-Ray. Who knows? Nobody likes X-Ray. I do, but that's just me. Alright, and first item is Mothball. Nice. So yeah, Randomizer Logic forces one of the first 2 items to be Mothball. So the second item could be pretty much any of the major items, or an E-Tank or Reserve Tank. At this point, E-Tanks and Reserve Tanks are not too bad yet, but I feel like the runners will hope for something more useful throughout the way. And we have bombs. That is very interesting. Makes up for a lot less soft blocks potential on the way. Captain Duck, in the meanwhile, finding power bombs, and more power bombs on Traviktox side. So, alright, so that eliminates a big bunch of all the soft blocks that's left in this game, in this randomizer. Also makes for really a lot of items that the runners can check early on. If you get like late power bombs or late bombs, you might not be able to check nearly as many items early on as you may like to would like to. You can see Captain Duck here aiming for a slightly slower Gamer setup for the damage boost up to this item. Traviktox used the frog, and unfortunately Captain Duck not getting it. Traviktox being a little bit ahead here at this point, getting this faster damage boost first try, but doesn't really matter at this point. Since this is like just started out, and there are going to be a lot of deviations in the routes that we're going to see from those 2 players here. Just a little fun fact for those who didn't see the first 2 matches, that was probably one of the races where they had like the most deviating rounds in the entire tournament yet. In the last match, Traviktox actually deciding to do a varialist low no fair to doing RBO strats there. Fortunately, didn't quite pay off, but very interesting routing. Duck, on the other hand, famous for his infinite duck routing, being pretty much known to always find the optimal route. So yeah, we'll see where that goes. Also interesting to see Traviktox already finding supers, so he's pretty much good to go at this point. Since the runners do have 10 power bombs, they are able to get to Gauntlet and getting back. So that's a major item they can check early on, which you sometimes don't see simply because you don't have like Screw Attack or enough power bombs. I mean, the runners even have normal bombs. That is pretty slow and pretty dangerous. They are only on 0 tanks right now, and health drains rather quickly. So yeah, we'll see if the runners decide to go to Gauntlet. Traviktox finding Speed Booster, and we're getting a very rare sight right here. The Bomb Terizo fight. That is something you rarely ever see in Randomizer. You could see him making a quick jump out of him with super missiles, but yeah, usually the trigger for this fight is just simply having the bombs, which is like what you do in the vanilla game. But most of the time in Randomizer you don't have bombs there, so you rarely ever see a match where this fight will actually become a thing. Also, Duck doing the interesting decision of doing the Brinstar first route without the initial criteria cleanup. Has to be careful here, because those guys deal 80 damage. Oh no, he got hit twice. That's unfortunate. That's definitely a setback for him at this point, but it is only 4 minutes in, so that's definitely not a matchmaker here. We have seen runners losing way more time to deaths and losing way more time to routing as well, so yeah. kind of unfortunate for Duck here, but definitely an interesting decision here that he takes the Brinstar route first. We know that he's not going to get speed boosted during this round, which Traviktox already has. Traviktox, by the way, being now in the very comfortable position of being able to do the entire Brinstar cleanup at this point. You need power bombs, speed booster, and, well, super missiles, and maybe wave, but if you have super missiles, you don't need that. So he will never have to backtrack to this area if he decides to check all items, which might not be given, since in the last race he just decided to skip some of those Brinstar items early on and just never checking them. So yeah, we'll see how many of those items Traviktox will actually check. Getting a bunch of miners here on the way. Yeah, we'll just see how that pays off for him, and if Captain Duck decides to go for that early Brinstar route again, or if he's actually going to go to Criteria this time. Let's hope Captain Duck will get the damage boost this time first try. So yeah, I hope everyone is well. I hope you guys have a nice day. And I hope you are hyped for this match, because, again, the first two matches were extremely close. So yeah, at this point, like, even after this early death from Captain Duck, I cannot say who's going to take this one. Alright, we have the next major item here coming up for Traviktox. So yeah, Captain Duck died to the big side helpers to the left of Mothball. Unfortunately, only having 99 energy at that point, getting hit twice. Every hit is 80 damage. Captain Duck very closely missing that damage boost. That's unfortunate. Again, Duck using the slightly slower damage boost method. Okay, that is an interesting move that I like to see. Captain Duck, since he already has 10 power bombs, deciding to skip the normal bombs and just tanking his way through the entire game just with power bombs, which will lose him some time in the long run simply because of power bomb lag, and will also eventually make him have to acquire another power bomb back in case he needs to kill the Metroids with power bombs. But definitely an interesting decision. Also, not going the Brinstar route first again, unless he just wants those super missiles again and then goes back. Again, we haven't seen the Gauntlet item yet, which the runners could check. So yeah, oh yeah, he's going up, so we might actually see the Gauntlet item here, and probably another GT fight, BT fight, so that will be interesting. Also, obviously Traviktox collecting Grapple Beam at the Idakun trap, doing a very nice strat here with that short charge into blue frames. He was trying to keep the blue frames while landing and then just doing a little hop to maintain blue frames and kill the side hoppers like that. Unfortunately, it didn't quite work out. Definitely a very nice strat there. Now Traviktox doing a very hard strat on the blue gate glitch up there. This is really, really precise without high jump boots. You gotta stand inside that door frame, move just very slightly to the right so that you're perfectly aligned with the left wall, and shoot a super just at the right timing. Unfortunately, Traviktox only having 5 super missiles at this point, and not being able to nail this strat within 5 supers, which is understandable, because this strat, and I can assure you that, is pretty hard. Nice thing here, Duck, since he skipped the normal bombs, also not having to do the BT fight, so that's a nice thing for Duck here. Going to give him a little bit of advantage, and Traviktox here actually getting Wave Beam, which is going to completely obsolete the Blue Gate glitch that he tried to do earlier there. So yeah, that's pretty cool. A little bit trolly positioned there of the Wave Beam item, but yeah, that's okay. So yeah, Captain Duck now on the comeback route, also deciding to skip the Gauntlet item. Might be something useful. We know that it's not going to be something like a... Oh wait, actually, yeah, he might just go back now. Now that he has his first E-Tank, he has 199 energy, and he might be a lot more comfortable about doing Gauntlet now with this extra energy, because Gauntlet, and you gotta admit that, is extremely deadly. With the acid early on, which deals a ton of damage per frame, pretty dangerous. You can also see Captain Duck saving here right before it, so that might really well pay off for Duck if a Gauntlet is something like Charge Beam, or maybe only Ice, really anything like that, or High Jump Boots as well. All those stuff would like really well pay off for Duck at this point. Traviktox unfortunately only finding a reserve tank below Charge Beam, but he will now go back to where he previously tried to get the Green Gate glitch, now with Wave Beam, which makes this pretty much intended, except for the fact that he's simply going to wall jump up there instead of doing some high jump grapple strats. I'm interested to see if he's going to go for the blue frame trick again to kill those side hovers, because again, the big one deals 80 damage, and even at that point, that still can be pretty deadly, and Duck really needs to watch out here not to get grabbed. Manages it to be somewhat safe, is almost through. Playing it really safe here. That's the thing, if you have power bombs, it's always going to clear out everything, and it's just an E-Tank. So that's not quite what Duck wanted there, but it's still good to have this little advantage in energy, especially early on. And another thing, since he has those additional power bombs, he can check the items in the back of Gauntlet, which is 2 additional miners, which might be either another power bomb pack, which would mean he wouldn't have to worry about power bombs at all anymore throughout the entire seed, or maybe even like 2 supers, which would definitely give for a nice extra firepower if he wants to do like Norfair early and do an early Ridley without Charge Beam. So that will be interesting to see. So yeah, Traviktox now being completely done with his Twin Star grind already after 12 minutes. That's pretty impressive, and now we're gonna see him either going up right tower to the wrecked ship or down to Norfair. I want to say at this point it would probably be, well, I don't want to say that, but what I would probably do is going up, like Traviktox does right now, unfortunately forgetting that if you use Speed Booster without high jump boots, it drastically shortens your jump height until like a very certain level. So yeah, if you have Speed Booster, you can check every single major item in the wrecked ship, and that's like kind of my criteria to going to wrecked ship. He also has like a nice amount of health, so he can just check all those items early on and doesn't run into like the risk of soft locking in, well, not soft locking, but just simply getting stuck in Norfair simply due to the fact of not having Various Suit, which is a thing. We'll see if Duck decides to take the same route. For now, he's just going to come up on his Prince-Star grind. So yeah, Traviktox also deciding to pick up more minor items. At this point, really not a bad decision. I think he has 15 max missiles at this point, which is a very nice amount that you want to have for Doppling Fentoon, because none of the runners has Charge Beam yet, which will actually be a determining factor of this race. I'm going to call that out right now. And the only really fast option to kill Fentoon this way is simply by Doppling him, so which is basically open up with 4 missiles on Fentoon per round, and then just shooting missiles at a certain rate while walking onto him, so that the missiles connect within a certain timing, which will make him ideally never close his eyes, so that you can just shoot the missiles infinitely, which obviously never works infinitely, but it can make for a really good 2-round, even a 1-round, but that's super rare, so even if we get to see like a 3-round, that would be also pretty impressive, and 15 missiles is a very nice setup for that. Yeah, we see him taking up the 20 max missiles, so you'll be fine for Doppling Fentoon later on. We're also going to see very nice intended strats here from Traviktox. He would have the option to simply, and he took a hit by the fish. All those Meridia enemies just deal so much damage early on without any suit, so yeah. Traviktox doing the intended strat of grappling across there, which is just a completely dumb strat. He now switches to the jumping across strat. He would also have the option to just simply charge a Shine Spark like an 80% and just Shine Spark across. But since he only has 279 energy, plus everything that is in his reverse, he kind of wants to maintain that health at this point, I guess, since Phantoon deals a ton of damage. I think just the flames alone, a single hit deals 40 damage, and not even talking about stuff like getting Sunrise Surprise. That's not stuff you want to see here. I think we saw that actually in the first race of those two, where Duck had a really unfortunate fight against Phantoon, getting Sunrise Surprise and draining like 3 tanks at once. It's just really hard to see, and everyone who runs this game for a little while and got this experience with Phantoon knows what I'm talking about. Traviktox doing a very nice strat with the blue frames here, mockballing into the Phantoon room, saving up a normal bomb, a little bit of time there. And yeah, now give Traviktox all your energy for that Phantoon fight, because it's tough, not gonna lie. Oh, and getting a fast opening pattern, that's nice. You can see Traviktox having no problem predicting those patterns, shooting always at the right spot to kill the flames as soon as they spawn, giving him an open pathway to shoot the missiles directly into his eye. Going for a fancy airdrop here, unfortunately not quite working out. Yeah. Getting another slow pattern here for Traviktox. In the meanwhile, Captain Duck trying to get the Green Gate glitch, getting its second try, I think. That's very nice. Again, not really paying off that much considering that Wave is is at charge beam. It's kind of trolly, but that was a very nice stop by Traviktox. And a fast closing pattern on Traviktox's side here. So yeah, that was a very, very solid fight here. Still, he's down to 59 energy. Well, he's gonna get some drops here, but not only health drops, a lot of ammo there. Yeah, 114 energy. Plus the stuff that is in his reserves. There are some hard rooms in Wrecked Ship here coming up. Spiky Room of Death just being one of them, but all other rooms as well, being pretty deadly here. Also, what's up everyone who just came from the other race of Karen versus, sorry I forgot the other racer. Welcome to the big finale of Captain Duck versus Traviktox. So yeah, be hyped for that. Just to give you an idea of what happened so far, both runners decided to do an early criteria visit. Unfortunately, Captain Duck on his first attempt wanted to do an early Brinstar visit and died 4.5 minutes into the race. So that's why Traviktox has a little bit of an advantage right now, but as we know, the infamous dark routing might just save him out of there while he's at his Brinstar cleanup. Might just go down Norfair instead of like Traviktox, who went up Norfair, up Red Tower to the Wrecked Ship. Okay, so he has 24 energy plus the stuff that is in reserves. It is very wise at this point from him to save here and not just run into Spiky Room of Death. That is a very good decision. I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to skip that item. Oh, he has only 19 health in his energy. That is not enough for... Oh, he's gonna Crystal Flash, dude. Very nice, dude. That's the strats I want to see. Ah, dude. Yeah, we had in the last race we had some trouble with the runners, not being able to Crystal Flash at some point. Traviktox actually deciding to go off for RBO strats in the last race. Crystal Flashing definitely needful there, so it's glad to see that we actually see those strats here in a rando. Like usually you rarely see something like that in like other categories or like other tournaments. So yeah, Spiky Room of Death now coming up for Traviktox. Well, Captain Duck is going to have to make a tough decision soon. Oh dang, getting hit quite a lot there. Gotta be careful now. And makes it through, however, only has 169 energy total. Needs to get through the room that contains the major item. And if that's not an E-Tank, he needs to traverse the same rooms with the same amount of energy. So that will be interesting to see. Wonder if he's actually hoping for an energy tank at this point. I mean, a suit would be just as nice, but yeah. Oh, and Captain Duck going down to the X-ray item. That is interesting. I like that decision. He has dropped. Oh, jackpot for Traviktox, dude. Oh, getting Varia. Oh man, that is some good find right there. Putting Traviktox in a very comfortable position right there. Not so the thing with suits is they for those of you who don't know that, they changed the way suits are in this randomizer. Gravity being reduced to only its well, gravity spending well, attitude, no, that's the wrong word, property, and Varia getting all the damage reduction that gravity usually has. So as you can see right now, even though he still takes this damage, with oh no, he KO'd through there and take all the damage. That sucks. Ah, dang, but still, you saw, even though he took all those hits, he survived a lot longer, and that is because Varia was actually buffed because gravity was nerfed, and with Varia you can now take 4 times as much environmental damage as you would be able to do without any suit. So yeah, we'll see Traviktox crystal flashing here again, and probably doing the same thing again because he found Varia. So again, that's a very nice find for him. And also good for Captain Duck that he's not going down, because that would be a massive time loss for him if he would do so. So yeah, going up for both of those runners, a really good decision at this point. We'll see if Captain Duck will be able to make up some space in Wrecked Ship, and if Traviktox will be able to get to Spiky Room of Death again, taking a lot of damage. This room is so much harder than it looks. Like, I can imagine people never like playing this game just think like, oh yeah, it's just a room with some spike, what's the problem? This room is like super deadly. You just KO through the platforms like pretty much always if you just do one wrong move. And he soft blocked? No, dude. Oh man, he co-ejected that super into the wall, not having enough ammo because of the crystal flash to open that door and resetting right away. So yeah, that's unfortunate. And giving Captain Duck even more space to catch up, dude. That's dang. So yeah, we can see the first crystal flash of this race, dude. That's so fantastic. Gotta see all the crystal flashes. Captain Duck also deciding to check those minor items that Traviktox checked. Definitely nice to have, considering that both runners don't have charge beam yet. And we have go free for Traviktox here. Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it goes better than the last 2 tries. So yeah, give Traviktox all your energy, guys. He needs this. This room is brutal. It's caused a lot of deaths already. There's a reason we call it Spiky Room of Death. Playing it also very risky with those wall jumps here, but okay, he is at 279 now. He should be good. I'm pretty sure he has this now. He's gonna get Varia. He's gonna take only a 4th of the environmental damage he took before, which includes stuff like spikes, obviously, and not co-ejecting. So he should be fine now. That's perfectly fine for him. Falling into the fish tank, but that's not really too big of a deal. Spikes don't deal that much damage. As long as he doesn't run into the fish, he should be fine. Should just play this very slow. He has grapple beam, so no problem whatsoever with that. And getting Varia, GG. 333 energy to get out of there. Took him a little while, but still a nice lead over Captain Duck at this point, but still doesn't mean a lot. There might still be some route deviations later on, and also, both runners did not check Gauntlet yet. So if one of the runners decides to check Gauntlet after doing Wrecked Ship, and there's something like Charge Beam, that might be a game changer, but we'll see. Captain Duck deciding to save before doing Wrecked Ship. Definitely not a bad choice, especially if you're uncomfortable with doppling Fentoon, which he has to do at this point. I'm pretty sure he's fine. I talked to him a little bit before the race. And he said that he trained his Fentoon a little bit, so I'm sure he'll do just fine, do a perfect job with that. Traviktox also deciding to check this minor item after the power lamp on. Oh, that's usually an item you check early, but I feel like at this point he kind of wants some more minors. Maybe hope for a super missile there. He doesn't really have a lot of firepower at this moment, which he usually want to have for the attic. He could do the Shine Spark strat for the attic with his current equipment, which would only require one missile and one power bomb. But again, that's already also some health drain right there. Deciding to save again, definitely not a bad choice. So yeah, hopefully the rest of the wreck ship will go well for Traviktox. In the meanwhile, Captain Duck entering the wreck ship and going up for his first boss fight, the good old Elephant Ghost Fentoon. Alright, we see the powerbomb strat, landing that one missile, and we'll hopefully see some really cool Shine Sparking strats. Okay, Traviktox not going for the Shine Spark edit. Understandable, really, with this amount of energy. He has to go through bowling later on, and might also need to check the wreck ship reserves, which requires even more energy for the additional Shine Spark you have to do. So definitely understandable that he doesn't want to go for the more health draining and risky Shine Spark cleanup strat for the attic. Interesting decision to not check the actual reserve tank item beforehand. So we'll see if he just decides to skip that item all the way, or if he's just going to take a gamble and just getting it without checking it before. I'm always pretty uncertain if it's like worth checking it before. I'm sure there might be some math behind it if it's like actually worth checking or not, but usually I just do that like by feeling. See Captain Duck on his fight with the ghost now. Been fully focused on that since Traviktox is now in the bowling animation. Starting off... getting off K Doppler in that first round. Getting a nice fast pattern, unfortunately not hitting it. So far not too bad. He has to be a little bit careful about maintaining his health, but not doing a bad job. Avoiding those extra hits by firing extra missiles. Yeah, there are basically two pools of items that are randomized. The major items, the energy tanks and the reserve tanks, are one pool, and the minor items are another pool. There's one exception where one super tank, the one in wrecked ship on the right, and the E-tank before Hydra Booms got swapped with this pool. That's really the only exception. And we have an E-tank here. I'm not sure. I think Traviktox might actually be pretty happy about that. He only has 3 E-tanks so far. And his energy was getting kind of low, so that's definitely not bad to have. Duck, in the meanwhile, putting up a nice fight against the Ghost. He's already getting pretty orange, but wasting 2 supers against the wall there. Shout out to Kojak and Traviktox hitting the Beam of Dreams with Plasma Beam. Oh man, I love that beam. Captain Duck has to be careful. He already on his reserves, can take one more hit, and the Ghost is dead. GG for Captain Duck. That has to be such a relief for him. He had such a hard time with Fentoon on his first race. He actually died there twice, so with like better conditions, I want to say. So being able to outperform himself with like conditions that are not as good as the first time, that's definitely going to be a release for Captain Duck at this point. Still needs to be careful. I really hope he's going to save before investigating the rest of the wreck ship. Definitely not a bad decision to farm those atomics on the way, but yeah, well, we'll see how the rest of the wreck ship goes here. I really hope he's not going to skip the riskiest part of wreck ship, the Spike Room of Death, since we know that there's a barrier up there. So yeah, we'll see. Traviktox deciding to not check the gauntlet item. Understandable at this point, really. He has already a lot of stuff that he wants to have, and he can just clean up the entirety of Upper Norfair at this point, and even Lower Norfair as well, so yeah. That's a pretty comfortable position for Traviktox at this point. We'll see how the rest of the seeds goes. There might still be some troll elements like gravity in gravity in like Meridia, having to do some super stuff, or charge beam like a check tool, or what I said, even a gauntlet. Everything can happen. And Duck also deciding to not pick up X-Ray. Both players actually deciding to not pick up X-Ray. Interesting decision making. It might be that Traviktox already regrets that decision, considering that he found Plasma Beam and might be running into Charge Beam soon. But we'll see. Oh, dang it. Captain Duck only being at 59 energy, that's really not a lot. I don't think he can get hit by a single thing in Spiky Ring of Death. Not sure if there's anything that deals less than 60 damage without any suits, but I might be wrong. So yeah, that will be tough for Captain Duck. He might be just going up first, hoping that he can find some E-tanks. Apparently no. Okay. Alright. Or just getting some more energy. Yeah, he might just skip it right away or hope that he's gonna find some more energy before going back there. He might check it as last item. We'll see. He's hopefully gonna return there, because otherwise this will be really bad for him. Playing it really safe here in the attic, killing all those guys with supers, unfortunately getting another hit in. That's really a tough situation for Captain Duck right now. This is a situation you're usually not forced to be in like any category. Only having 9 health at the attic, that is some nifty stuff. Has to watch for every single damage source at this point, and getting hit by that one key hunter. Dang, that is a tough situation for Captain Duck right now. Good thing he's safe though. That could have really backfired if he didn't. I unfortunately missed what was at Spacer. I think it was... No, was it Space Jump? Space Jump at Spacer? I think it was Space Jump at Spacer. So that's definitely a nice find. Yeah. Really, really good position here for Traviktox at this point. We know, even if he doesn't find... even if he doesn't find a gravity suit within like the next few minutes, he is capable of doing the lava dive. Not sure if he's capable of doing the high jump plus lava dive though. We saw him going for some crazy RPO strats in the last race, so I could really imagine him just going like all out and even going for something like high jump plus lava dive if the seed forces it. But yeah, we'll see what creates the air hides for now. That's the second boss with Traviktox, so Captain Duck was able to get a little bit more energy, is now already at 139, 159, very nice. So should be able to do the attic now saved again as well to maintain that extra health even if he dies again. So yeah, let's hope that attic goes well for Captain Duck. And looks like he's good, yeah. E-Tank at Craig? Not too bad. Usually you want to aim for around 7 E-Tanks in case you want to do stand-up glitch, which is definitely an option for the seed. If they get charged, that will be a perfect setup for stand-up glitch with Plasma Beam and Wave. Also, Captain Duck deciding to skip the Wrecked Ship reserve item in advance. In case he is not going to go for it, which I assume he won't, this might actually save him a little bit of time over Traviktox to decide to get that item. So yeah, we'll see. Alright, Traviktox now heading into Upper Norfair. Let's see how many items he's gonna check before heading into Lower Norfair. Again, he has the entire equipment he would need to finish off Lower Norfair for the entirety, but I can understand that like a lot of people are just kind of uncomfortable with doing like high jump plus lava dive. Captain Duck decides to go for the E-Tank. Okay. Definitely not a bad choice, considering that he still has to do Spiky Room of Death, and he wants to keep up as much energy as possible for that, so getting that extra E-Tank, refilling the rest of his energy, definitely not a bad choice. Again, he has a lot of room to make up, though, to Traviktox, who is in a comfortable lead right now. But Upper Norfair may yet be a game changer, depending on what they will be able to find here. There's still the option of some kind of trolley seed that just wants you to do Suitless Meridia, which is still an option. And we didn't find the position of Charge Beam yet. And one thing I just want to point out, this was not really a super heavy seed so far. We had a lot of missiles, a lot of power bombs actually, but none of the runners is even close yet at this point to being able to kill Mother Brain with only ammo. So that's again a thing they have to consider. We see even more missiles here on Traviktox screen, so far not really looking like the runners have the option to skip Charge Beam right away, especially since at this point you want to kind of be done with the major grinding for minor items. That sounds weird, but you get what I mean. There's this kind of run, there's this kind of point in the run. Usually for me and for a lot of others, it's like after the second boss, where you want to have a look at your ammo and you want to think, do I have enough ammo for Mother Brain or do I not have enough ammo for Mother Brain? And then you kind of have to make the decision, do I want to search for Charge or not? And I think at this point, it really is not looking like most runners would skip Charge Beam. You can see Traviktox here skipping those supers, so he's most likely going to be grinding out for Charge Beam, which might backfire on him, but we'll see. Captain Duck now on his way to Spiky Room of Death. Wish him luck, guys. We already saw how bad this room can go. Obviously, Captain Duck being in a lot better position than Traviktox was when he went there, but we'll see. Wait, what is Captain Duck doing? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no 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 no. This is not fine. This is not fine. That I can understand that, like, this is the kind of point where you can really relate to Duck. Like, it's like, yeah, it's only one item, and I have like only, and I'm like uncomfortable with the room, and it's like so much health that it's drained. And I can understand that people want to take that risk, but it's just so unfortunate for Duck right now. And dang, gravity for Traviktox. Oh my god, this is just worst case scenario for Captain Duck right now. Yeah. So don't want to make any conclusions too far, but this is looking really good for Traviktox. And knowing that Captain Duck will head to Upper Norfair now, this is just not good. This is not fine. Again, there is the opportunity of something being at Gauntlet. That's the only criteria item the runners didn't check yet. The entirety of Brinstar is grinded out by both players. And, well, wrecked ship, we know the position of every item as well. So, we already have like only a very small amount of items left where Charge Beam could be at. So yeah, it's gonna be, yeah. Well, we'll see where Charge Beam is at. Again, we have already Traviktox seen skipping supers, so I really doubt that he's even considers the option at this point anymore to just go for a Chargeless Mother Brain. I mean, the runners don't have that many supers either. I think they have like both 15 max, maybe only 10. I'm not quite sure, but it's definitely not a lot they have. Traviktox now only having Wave left, and we'll see if he decides to pick up the items of Crocomire after that, or if he's just going to run straight to Low Norfair. We'll see. Also interesting, both runners do not have high jump boots yet, which kind of makes for weird movement options. We usually want to have high jump boots to have like fluent movement, but we had seats before. I think like in the last race with Karen, the other Speed Gaming channel, that was one of those where high jump boots was just super late. But that's like never a nice thing to happen. And we have Spring Ball, the arguably best or memeiest item in the entire game. Definitely an item worth mentioning. I think the majority of us can agree that Spring Ball is an awesome item, definitely making for a lot of cool strats. But yeah, definitely just as much of a meme. Also, Traviktox apparently not going to Low Norfair yet. Yeah, he's going to Crocomire. Interesting decision. He has 25 supers. He has enough missiles to make the rest out. He could just go there. So yeah, we'll see. He might just want to get Charge Beam before Low Norfair. Also very nice that he tried to do that Blue Gate glitch even though he had Wave Beam. That's one of those things in Randomizer that just happens all the time. You just forget that you have items, you forget that you have Spring Ball and just bomb jump with power bombs, or you forget that you have Wave Beam and do some kind of Blue Gate glitches. It's always a pleasure to see that. Always a pleasure that like I'm not the only one who does those kind of stupid mistakes. So yeah, Traviktox getting really nice Crocomire RNG so far. Not a single swipe yet. Doing a good job getting a missile and a super in per round. So that was a flawless fight. And Ice Beam. Nice, dude. So we won't have to use power bombs to kill the Metroids, which he would have even enough. He does even have enough to. He could theoretically do that, but won't need to now. He won't have any problems with the Zebetide skip. He won't need to do the speed booster setup. So yeah, like again, apart from Charge Beam, he's in go mode right now. He could do anything. We'll see how much more item exploration he does. Really curious to see that. Yeah. Also interested to see what's at Gravel Beam. Oh yeah, I just figured out we don't have a Go Mode emote here. That's unfortunate. Field Samusman, dude. No Go Mode emote. Alright, Captain Duck now farming up a little bit more supers after a really good crate fight here. Wonder how many he's gonna farm up, apparently till he's full. Or another option, he might just wondering how many supers he even has and just wants to test it out. That mini crate definitely not being a bad source for super missiles. He's okay, so we know that. Alright, so both are at least at 25. So that's interesting. Again, not nearly enough to finish the game without Charge Beam. We've seen Traviktox skipping supers before. Nothing we can say about Captain Duck yet, so Captain Duck might yet consider a Chargeless Seed. He's already 30 max, so that's definitely more than enough for Ridley. Needs about twice as much though. So yeah, we'll see how generous the rest of the seed is with supers and ammo in general. We also had a reserve tank at Grapple Beam. So yeah, I'm really hoping Traviktox is just gonna go to low warfare now. Yeah, looks like it. I mean, he might have also had the option to just go to Meridia now. That would have been really interesting routing, but definitely not a bad choice just going straight to lower warfare now. I don't doubt that he's just going to check every single item on his way there just because he definitely wants charge beam now. So yeah, he is 22 supers, so not a single problem to get that Green Gate glitch to GT. And Captain Duck not having Various Suit, which was at the Wrecked Ship E-Tank. That was the only item he skipped, and now he's in Varia. Sorry, he's in Norfair, going for some Varia-less action. Those Hell runs, they paid off for him like really big time in the last race. But that's not gonna work out this time because Varia was somewhere else. He might actually even be able to find Gravity Suit, and that might actually put him off even more, trying to get to like early Meridia, trying to find Varia there. We'll see how far Captain Duck is going to take those Hell runs. I know he's capable of doing all of them, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be a very tough comeback, and Traviktox nailing that Green Gate glitch. Very nice job here. No problem to check the Spirit Tech item at all. So yeah, we'll see what it is. We're hoping for a charge beam here. Let's see. And we have Spacer Dude, and he's running into it. And probably in the millisecond he got it, he realized, yo, I have Plasma Beam. What do I need that shit for? Yeah, and unequips it right away in favor of Plasma Beam. That's something I like to see. I mean, to be fair, everyone who's played Randomizer before has done that. Like, you would be lying if you didn't pick up Spacer at least once, even though you had Plasma Beam. That's just something that, like, always happens. It's dumb, but it happens. So yeah, Captain Duck now on his Hell Run mission, checking the Ice Beam Hell Run first. In the meanwhile, Traviktox traversing through low warfare, worst from the game, not having high jump boots, or charge beam, or screw attack, making this a little bit more interesting, having to deal with those space pirates, which still deal a ton of damage, even though he has both suits a little differently. So yeah, does do a very good job here though. Yeah, he should be fine. Now, interested to see where Captain Duck goes. The easiest option probably would be just going into the Crocomire section of Norfair. Yeah, he's selecting Power Bomb, so he'd probably just go there, getting those two majors that are in non-heated area. The logic does consider heated rooms as an option. Varia could be anywhere in Upper Norfair, not in Lower Norfair though, and the logic wants you to have at least 4+ energy tanks or reserve tanks before it forces you to do those Hell runs. So yeah, it does consider that, and it definitely happened in quite a few seats where I got Varia after Hell run, but the game makes sure that you'll have enough stuff to actually do those. And we got high jump boots, dude, nice. That was like the only last good thing that was missing for Traviktox, like apart from charge beam. That will make his Ridley fight just so much easier. Like, high jump plus Ridley is just annoying. Especially, yeah, he'll be fine. He will have to farm up quite a little bit before being capable of fighting Ridley. I think he's at 30 supers max right now. He has more than enough missiles and definitely more than enough power bombs to equalize the rest. So he shouldn't have like too big of a hard time with the actual Ridley fight, but he still needs to farm up a little bit before. Captain Duck getting trolled a little bit here by Crocomire, who apparently doesn't want to die, and blocking his super shots with his face, very nice, but making a quick job out of him, very nice. So yeah, again, for those of you who just joined in, yeah, he just found charge beam. Captain Duck here at this point being in Upper Norfair without Varia suit, which Traviktox already has since quite a while. And the reason for that is both runners did the Wrecked Ship first round, which was definitely a wise decision for the seed. But the problem is that Captain Duck decided to skip a single item, the Wrecked Ship E-Tank, and that Wrecked Ship E-Tank turned out to be the various. Really unfortunate for Duck here. Doesn't know of his unfortune here yet. Traviktox, after an interesting Shine Spark there, killing those ninja pirates finally, now on his way to Ridley. Should have an easy time with him. He has 9 E-tanks plus a reserve tank, more than enough ammo, so I'm not expecting a lot of struggle here from such a high tier player like Traviktox. He even considers stuff like RBO and Rana, so that's pretty cool. And now it just comes down to drop RNG. He wants to get those supers quickly. So yeah, we'll see how long Captain Duck is gonna pull off those hell runs, if he's gonna grind it all the way down to the last item in Upper Norfair, or if he's gonna realize earlier that he might just have to go back to Direct Chip or to the Criteria item. And then there's the question, if he receives Gravity, which was at Speed Booster, I think? No, at Wave Beam, I think, sorry. Will he go to Meridia first, or will he go back to Direct Chip or Criteria? Well, we don't know, we'll see. Definitely interested to see what route Duck is going to choose later on, as soon as he got a little bit more progress here in the Hell Runs in Upper Norfair. Okay, so we have Traviktox now being at a max of 35 supers, it seems. Maybe it's more, but 35 seems realistic. Which means two things. First of all, he has a very comfortable Ridley fight coming up. And the second thing is that he's still around... yeah, he has around 35 missiles, so he's around 25 supers short to be able to deal with Mother Brain charges, which is not a good number, considering that he's just about to be done with his third boss. So at this point, it's really unlikely that he's just going to grind out more and more minor items till he has enough supers, but he will rather just ultimately hunt down for charge, which is understandable, but it might cost him a little bit of time depending on where charge is. Also interesting, Traviktox deciding to open up this fight with a lot of power bombs. Power bombs, if they double hit, having the potential of dealing 400 damage, which is compared to supers with 600 damage. Not quite bad, considering that supers are the most effective weapon against relays since they deal double damage. So yeah, playing it really, really safe here, damaging him down quite a lot, and now going over to supers. And a mix of power bombs, I guess. Yeah. He should be fine. I'm pretty sure even if he would have just used supers, he would have been fine. He's a really good player, not having any trouble whatsoever manipulating his pogos. Yeah, Ridley should be down in just a few. Also deciding to put like a very interesting mix of missiles and supers here. Again, supers that usually deal 300 damage with their double damage on Ridley, 600 damage, definitely has the highest DPS. Even if he had charge beam at this point, super still being his highest source of damage. Not even needs to be picked up by Ridley before he just explodes. He was like, stop dude, I have enough of your supers, I'm gonna explode already. And we have an energy tank here after Ridley. So still no charge beam for him in the entirety of Upper Norfair. In the entirety of Norfair, I want to say. So at this point, charge can only be in Meridia or at Gauntlet. Oh, well, that's gonna be interesting. If chat wants to make any predictions on Charge Beam, feel free to do that right now. Again, we have the entirety of Meridia open, and one single item in Criteria, the Gauntlet, which we didn't see. Actually, sorry, I'm incorrect. Duck checked Gauntlet already, so it can only be in Meridia at this point. So yeah, if you guys think we have some pedal still hype at our good friend Shaq Tool, maybe that's what you're gonna see this seed. I don't know. Crocomire didn't hold anything. Crocomire itself had Ice Beam. I don't think the Grapple Beam item had anything good. Alright, we have some pedestal hype in chat. Captain Duck now making ready for his next hell runs. He has 8 E-tanks and reserve, so he should be fine doing all those hell runs. He has additional spots to farm up energy if he needs to. So yeah, again, just one thing to consider, we have Gravity Suit here after this Hell Run coming up for Captain Duck. I think it was at Wave. And I'm really interested to see his conclusion after he sees that item. If he's just gonna go to Murdia right away. In the meanwhile, Traviktox about to come by Captain Duck. Almost done with his Lower Warfare escape. I really like how Traviktox makes use of Spring Ball. Like, I think I said that in the last seed with this racer, with those two races here, that we had Spring Ball. You rarely ever see runners like intensively using Spring Ball simply because it's like an item that you almost never have, and that you need a lot of creativity to just make intelligent use of Spring Ball. But Traviktox really demonstrating here how you can move around quickly with Spring Ball and why it's the best item in the game. Well, besides high jump boots, because that's like the actual best item in the game, but that's just my opinion. So yeah, Captain Duck making quick job out of those hell runs here. Very nice high five by the two of them. Captain Duck actually getting quite a bunch more super souls, which might pay off for him. I think he's already at 45 minimum, might actually be at 50 max. And there it is, Gravity Suit for Captain Duck. Well, we'll see how that goes. So yeah, while those runners are on the way, let me just make quick announcement. Make sure to follow those runners here. You've got the names in the chat and the Twitch channels. Both runners, extremely good players. Captain Duck, again, being probably one of the best routers in the entire game. Such a nice personality, such a cool dude, always willing to help out people, super friendly. So definitely make sure to check him out. And Traviktox, also super friendly guy, super nice, and one of a really top tier player, really. So yeah, you should definitely follow both those runners. Doing a fantastic job here in this relay. Nothing interesting for Traviktox at Mama Turtle. Captain Duck keeps farming up here. We might see him do an additional wave hell run just to finish stuff off. And Traviktox just making his way into Aqueduct. One more interesting decision we're gonna see is how many major items he's gonna check on the way. We pretty much already confirmedly know that he wants Charge Beam. Actually, he might... I just decided to check some minor items, I'm sorry. He's still pretty low, I think. Yes, his previous max was 35. Dang, just raised to 45. He's getting closer to that max he wants to do Charge his Mother Brain. Still needs some super packs though. He's pretty short. It's like 3 more super packs to be like comfortably with Mother Brain. And yeah, Captain Duck now down with the hell runs. And unless he wants to do some RBO strats, which he could do, he has the ammo. He has the stuff for that, for sure. Maybe except for Screw Attack, I guess. But he might do that, which I doubt he'll do that, but he could. Well, I honestly just want to guess that he's just going to move right into Meridia and hope that the Varia is there. Which we know is not, but might be. Alright, Traviktox now having to fight Bottoon without Charge Beam. We have seen runners soft locking at this. With 19 supers going into this fight, he should be fine. But again, there's the option of soft locking here. We saw him safe before, so it's not a big deal. And yeah, Bottoon already dead, very nice job. I think it was 2 rounds? That was very nice. Might have been a 3 round. Equally impressive. And yeah, it's just the hope. Ideally for Traviktox, oh dang, getting that sweet Mock Ball right into Charge Beam, dude. That Mock Ball into that 1 tile gap, and then being rewarded with Charge Beam. Alright, so Traviktox now absolutely in go mode. He has nothing more to check. He has all the movement options he needs. Like, the only thing he's missing really is Screw Attack, and at this point he can just really nah, you don't need Screw Attack at this point anymore. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he wouldn't even check the Space Jump item. Apparently he really wants to get that full happy. We'll see. Oh, going for it. I think he's a little bit short there. Oh, yeah. Not quite, but really close to that full happy. Oh, man. Just a little swag reloading that room. Very nice. Getting happy, but yeah, whatever. And Captain Duck just doing what's like... I honestly can't blame Captain Duck for his decision here. It was just so unlikely at the point that Varia is at the one wrecked chip item he didn't check, and it's much more realistic that the logic thought about a hell run to gravity into Meridia with Varia in Meridia. It's just really unfortunate here for him that he didn't check that one Meridia item, but the routing of Duck and the decision making is actually not too bad. Just seeing how likely it is for certain items to be at certain spots, this is definitely the best decision Duck could make at this point. It's like, at this point, for him, with all this information, it's most likely that Varia will be at gravity. Not at gravity, but in Meridia. Traviktox having a little bit of trouble fighting Dragon here with the Shine Sparks, just going for the very tasty, delicious version of deep frying that shrimp. So, I hope you guys can spam some deep fried baby Dre for me in chat, because this is going to be a very nice dinner for all of us with that big amount of a deep fried shrimp right there. Yeah, getting the grapple kill, no problem. And yeah, I'm wondering if he's going to pick up the charge, if he's going to pick up the space jump item, or if he's just going to skip it. Trying to go for that spark suit, dude. Yeah, he's gonna check it. That's Screw Attack, then just another reserve thing. I'll troll. And Captain Duck getting the 2 Aqueduct supers, and he is at 60 supers now. He's even at 60 missiles. Like, he doesn't need Charge Beam anymore, which is unfortunate because he will get Charge Beam. There is no way he's gonna skip Charge Beam. He's just gonna run right. He's just gonna come right next to it, and there's no way he's gonna skip Charge Beam at that point. That would be, I don't know, just really unfortunate for Duck. He does all this good preparation. Like, he prepared his ammo a lot better than Traviktox did, having like 15 supers less and like 24 missiles less. And yet, Traviktox having such a big advantage simply because of that one Meridia, that one wrecked chip item that Captain Duck unfortunately didn't check. That's very unfortunate, but yeah. Traviktox really just in go mode right now, on his way to Turian, being able to do a quick job of Mother Brain. Captain Duck being in excellent shape. I wonder how he's gonna react to Charge Beam. Well, we obviously won't be able to see his reaction, but I kind of like to look into his mind when he sees him. If he's gonna be mad or... Oh, is he gonna... Oh, no, he's not. I was wondering if he's gonna skip it. Varia is not strictly required, no. We have seen runners, like good old Slaughter's here, who actually... Oh, you saw some rage there on Captain Duck's stream. That was nice. Little frustration over the late charging, I guess, but yeah. Like good old Slaughter's here, who just does RBO strats for Lone Warfare. So yeah, Gravity got his heat protection removed, so you definitely need Varia if you want to traverse heated rooms without taking damage. But you of course can do stuff like RPO strats, reversing Lone Warfare without any heat protection, doing some crystal flashes on the way to refill your health, so that's totally doable. We have seen actually Traviktox in the last race going for that setup. Unfortunately not quite making it because he was doing a significant mistake, which I cannot really blame him for doing since he doesn't do RPO. There are not really any good sources for refilling missiles in Lone Warfare. He went in with like 10 missiles, and you need to do like 2-3 crystal flashes in Lone Warfare. And since every crystal flash needs 10 normal missiles, that was just very unfortunate setup for him. He could have done it, but just the setup alone was like not very optimal for RBO strats. Just on a personal note. I'm sure he would do like low percent RBO setups that would have also been possible. But yeah, it's just really tedious and not very fast as well. So Captain Duck making good use of that charged plasma beam, deep frying the shrimp from inside with ice wave plasma. Very nice. Fortunately that he doesn't have X-ray, he skipped that very early on. Both runners did actually. So yeah, Traviktox now having a vast lead over Captain Duck already being in Metroid Room 2, making quick job of those with his current equipment. He should also be fine MO-wise. He's 31 missiles and 9 supers, so that's usually more than you have like any percent run. Yeah, getting good drops, so that he should be fine for Mother Brain, shouldn't be able to softlock there. Alright, so Duck just getting or seeing the reserve tank at Dragon. And now the real question is, he knows that he has one more item that he didn't skip, that he didn't check outside of Meridia. So will he just go checking all the Meridia items, which he perfectly can, he has all the items he needs. Or if he's actually going to go back to Rick Chip, well, we'll see. I personally think he will go check all the 3 remaining Meridia items first. But yeah, Traviktox doing good setups here for Baby Skip. Unfortunately missing the 3rd jump here. Can be kind of tricky to maneuver the jumps with the lag he had there. Still a really nice attempt. Glad to see people actually going for that Metroid skip, which is also getting kind of rare, since in many cases you just don't have the beams or not high jump or not speed to even attempt that baby skip. So glad to see that we still have runners going for that in Randomizer. Definitely not as rare as the Bomb Teresa fight we saw earlier from Traviktox, but yeah. Alright. Captain Duck, the first item he checks is the reserve tank item. Okay, so we know the only thing, like the only major item that's position we don't know yet is Screw Attack. So one of those 3 items will be Screw Attack, the others will all be either reserve tanks or energy tanks. And that is an energy tank. Also, Traviktox deciding to save right before Mother Brain, definitely not a bad choice. I'm like 99% sure we're gonna see him going for stand-up glitch. There's always the risk of soft-locking there or making the game lag for hours, which you don't want to do. So yeah, no problem at all with Mother Brain 1 here. And shouldn't have any problems with the remaining 2 phases as well. He has the perfect setup with all beams charged. So that's only 20 shots for him. Alright, and get some pedestal hype in for Captain Duck here. So, spam those pedestals and those shack tools in chat. And we're hopefully gonna see Captain Duck doing the right decision and killing Shack Tool, because he's evil space pirate machinery who deserves to die, so yeah. Traviktox in the meanwhile, not going for stand-up glitch. Had a really good Mother Brain 2, but decides to ultimately not go for stand-up glitch. Not a bad choice. He would have had the setup, would have saved him a little bit of time, but definitely understandable that he doesn't want to go for it. If he feels like uncomfortable for it. There are like a lot of ways to soft block. He also doesn't have X-ray, so if he gets crouch forced and you're like right inside of Mother Brain, that might also be like a common factor to get like the baby skip, the baby stuck inside Mother Brain. And there's always the risk of just simply dying, so... Come on, Shack Tool, hurry up. Captain Duck needs to get some room done. And... he does not kill him on the way in. Maybe he's gonna kill him on the way back, like anyone would do who is right and doesn't like Shack Tool. Alright, moment of truth. Is this Screw Attack? It is Screw Attack, and he is gonna pick it up. and he has Spring Ball, and it's so hard to remember that you have Spring Ball, and you just keep doing those bomb jumps with power bombs. It sucks, but yeah, it happens. Traviktox having no problem, meanwhile, with Mother Brain, getting into Mother Brain free, Baby Thump in chat, please, for the dead baby Metroid, like we've seen before, and Captain Duck doing the horrible decision of not killing Shacktor. Dang. Field Sam's man, not killing Shacktor. Traviktox having an excellent MB3 fight, barely missing any shots here. Alright, Captain Duck has one more Maria item to check. I'm curious if he's gonna, yeah, he's just gonna go for a Plasma Beam. And I wonder if he realizes what he forgot. Or if he's cursing himself at the moment for skipping that one item. Again, it was perfectly understandable that he skipped that item. It was super unlikely that that would actually be the item he needed, but sometimes even those tiny gambles just don't pay off, so yeah, sometimes you win some, sometimes you lose some. And Captain Duck definitely lost that gamble. Unfortunate for him, but doesn't make the things he did in this race any less impressive. He had an exceedingly good Ventoon fight, did really heavily improve, like compared to his first race. Didn't die. I think, yeah, he died once in Attic, but saved right before, so, like, oh wait, and he died right at the start, so, yeah, not really too bad. He did some really cool routing that I really like to see, so, little round of applause for Duck in advance here, who just got the plasma item, probably being very disappointed right now. And Traviktox deciding to kill the animals, and he has got done with an official WrestleRail race time of 1:12:19. GG to Traviktox, deciding this best of 3 for him, putting Captain Duck in the loser's bracket, and Traviktox can advance in the winner's bracket. Captain Duck now going into Forgotten Highway. Sorry, not going into Forgotten Highway. The Yapping Maw decides he won't. Good old Yapping Maw, always doing the decisions for you. But yeah, Captain Duck knows exactly what he missed. Going straight to the wrecked ship E-Tank, where he will find Varia soon. Also very respectable for Captain Duck, not just simply forfeiting, but finishing what he started, and he will finish this rando. I'm sure he will. Alright, we have a race time, an in-game time of 48 minutes. Very nice. Traviktox here. And while we have the credits on Traviktox side, and Captain Duck is traversing this weird hall, it's called Forgotten Highway, we might have a look at the current brackets and the current schedule of the tournament, so that you guys have an idea of what's coming up. Alright, so with this duel of Captain Duck and Traviktox being decided for Traviktox, he will continue in the bracket and will face Blue Plasma Spark in the first round, the official round 1 of the tournament. So that would be interesting. Blue Plasma Spark definitely being a skillful player, so Traviktox will have a tough run against him. I'm sure about that. And let's see about Captain Duck here. 1 second. Where is he? There he is. Captain Duck will see. He's number 948. Dang, that's so much. He will either face JRO, Maisku, or Snake Lancer in the loser's bracket. So yeah, look forward to that if you want to see more duck routing of the infamous best duck runner of the entire game. Duck is pretty much in go mode. He doesn't have the one item he needs to be like totally in go mode, but he checked every other item, so he knows exactly where it is. So yeah, he's in go mode pretty much. So yeah, that's so much for the bracket. Now to have a look at the schedule. Yeah, this is all right. Yeah, in about 40 minutes, we have two parallel matches, one on Speed Gaming 1 and one on Speed Gaming 2. On Speed Gaming, we have Jighard versus Janice Zeal. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And on Speed Gaming 2, we have Typo versus Kekuman Shoyu. CFB is going to do the commentary for Typo versus Kekuman Shoyu on this channel here. And I'm going to switch over to Speed Gaming 1 to do the commentary there with Blue Plasma Spark on Jighard versus Janice Zeal. So yeah, a lot more matches coming up. After that, we have another two parallel matches, Typo versus Kekuman Shoyu and Draco Rider versus Cerberov. 1.5 hours later, on 9 p.m. Eastern, we have Cashmod versus Nice Rover. And those two are going to have their entire 3 matches throughout the evening. So yeah, you're going to have a lot more rando fun to see throughout the entire evening. So I hope you stay tuned here on Speed Gaming 1 and Speed Gaming 2 for that. Captain Duck now having Various Suit and Traviktox with 49%. Sorry, I think I forgot the Dia-Force. I hope chat came up with that. Chat did not come up with Dia-Force yet, so I hope I'm not too late. Get some Dia-Force in, guys. We are a good community who spams Dia-Force after every single run. So yeah, Captain Duck now in go mode, going to Lower Norfair. Yeah, again, GG to Traviktox with a really good race here. Doing some good routing, good decision making. Yeah, now it's all up to Captain Duck, showing us what he's made of. Pretty sure he's made like 99% of duck and like 1% Ridley sweat, but I'm not sure. Captain Duck unfortunately falling down there after the glass tube. Again, he already beat every single boss except for Ridley. Did all the hell runs up to well, he did do every single hell run in Upper Norfair, ultimately getting Gravity Suit there and doing Dragon first, which was not a bad decision for him. Not gonna lie, I probably would have made the same decision just with the items I had. But yeah, now he's in go mode, can go right to Lower Norfair, can do pretty much any percent strats from this point on. He has like the entire equipment you would have in an any percent run except for high jump boots. I guess bombs really don't make that much of a difference anymore. For those of you who missed the start, actually Duck did a really cool decision I don't think many would have done, that definitely paid off though, in my opinion. Decided to just completely ignore the bombs that were in the ceiling of Retro Brinstar as one of the first items, since he already had 10 power bombs, so he knew he wouldn't like technically need them. So yeah, that was definitely an interesting decision of just skipping bombs right away. I don't think any would have done that. Definitely gave him like an early advantage over Traviktox. And I would have really liked to see how it would have paid off if Captain Duck didn't die early on, trying to go to Pink Brinstar first, traversing the Sidehopper room in Retro Brinstar. Yeah. Also curious to see if Captain Duck is gonna check like any other major items. He doesn't need to. He wouldn't even have needed charge by the time he caught it, so might just go straight to Ridley, kill him, and then be on his way to Turian. Alright, deciding to skip the GT item, just going straight to Ridley. Definitely not a bad choice. Just wants to get this done. Pretty sure he's going to be able to finish this in like... He might be able to finish this within like a sub 140. Should be pretty doable for him. And considering the routing he did, that's definitely not a bad time. Yeah, Duck Route definitely making up for its name. Not everyone is brave enough to take this route. Not everyone is even capable of doing that route. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm a little bit quiet, but just really want to appreciate Duck's amazing work at this point. I'm curious to see if he's gonna beat Ridley with Supers or with Charge Beam. Again, Supers dealing, having the higher DPS over all Charge Beams. I'm not entirely sure. I think Charged Ice Wave Plasma deals 600 damage. Whereas Super... No, sorry, that cannot be correct. I think it's 800 damage. No, that can't be correct either. It's something... It's a big number that can be divided by 3, but whatever. It might be 450. 900 damage. Isn't 900 damage just Hyper Beam? Or was Hyper Beam 1000 damage? So whatever. Even if it's 900... 900 for all beams, alright. It's like 900 per like charge, whereas Supers deal 600 damage per hit, and just the fire rate of Supers, Hyper is 1000. Okay, thank you. That's the number I was searching for. Whereas Supers have deal 600 damage per hit, and as you can see, the fire rate of one charge shot is just so much slower than just all the Supers you could fire at the same time. So Supers would definitely be a good choice to use here, considering how many he has. Also considering the fact that he doesn't need all that ammo for later. Like, if he would, if he still had to use like a bunch of that ammo for like Mother Brain, let's say if he only had like a few beams, then yeah. Doesn't really need to conserve any ammo at this point anymore. He also has like a lot of missiles, so he could just theoretically beat MB1 just with missiles. MB1, man, just stand still, dude. He's dead, dude. Just roll and that's the thing with Ridley. That's why nobody likes him. That's why he's so annoying in RPO, dude. He's just so dumb. He's dead. He's like negative HP theoretically, and he's just, no, dude. I'm just gonna hit you with my tail and ruin your entire life. That's just how great Ridley is. He was just programmed to ruin your life. That's just all it is. But yeah, Duck is fine now. 60-31. He probably won't even be. He probably won't even need to refill at the ship anymore. After escaping the warfare. Also, he has 13 E-tanks right now, so he's definitely fine. Wonder, he might actually go for stand-up glitch. I'm not sure if I saw him. I think I saw him talking about Stem Glitch. Said he wanted to learn it, but I'm not sure if he actually did it. So that would be nice to see. Yeah. Alright, yeah, if you're interested in the damage numbers and some of the damage numbers that I just listed, Slotus just posted the link to our Super Metroid speedrunning wiki. You can see all the numbers of enemy damage, of beam damage, of ammo damage, and all that stuff. You would be surprised of how many special cases of damage there are actually in this game. So there are a lot of things that just deal double damage to like more or less seemingly random enemies. Like for example, Supers dealing double damage to Ridley and Phantoon, whereas something like fancy like Screw Attack, just as a little fine fact, Screw Attack deals actually per frame damage, except for instead of per hit damage, which kind of makes sense since you're supposed to like non-stop screws through enemies. Screw Attack deals 2000 damage per frame, and you can see those red key hunters that he's going through right now. They actually have more than 2000 HP, which is why they are the only enemy that get double damaged from this from Screw Attack, so that you can actually kill them just in one frame as all other enemies. It's actually the enemies with the highest HP, except for non-bosses. As a little side note right there. So Screw Attack being such a cool item, I always appreciate if I get like Screw Attack early on in a rando. Makes just my entire life easier because you can just jump through every single non-boss enemy and you'll just kill them. And even for bosses, it's just so cool just jumping through them, not taking damage, except for Ridley's tail. Ridley's tail is just a jerk. I had this theory like a while ago that Ridley is like actually a nice guy, but it's just his tail that just got like corrupted by the space pirates or whatever, and then he went from this nice bird to this evil dude who just wants to ruin your life. Which is why, if you have ever seen like a Ridley fight with his tail going like completely nuts, it's really like fighting two enemies at once. You have like this giant bird that's just looking a little bit goofy, and then there's Ridley's tail just spinning around like a maniac, just dealing tons of damage. Yes, someone got wrecked in Red Chip, and that was actually both got kind of wrecked in Red Chip. It's really interesting to see Captain Duck had really low health after killing Phantoon, having a little bit of trouble dealing with the attic, while as thankfully both runners saved before getting wrecked, quote unquote. Traviktox actually had a really nice strat that I personally would have not figured out. He was very low on energy like after leaving Phantoon, and he had enough ammo to Crystal Flash, so he just Crystal Flashed right before Spiky Room of Death. Still needed 3 tries to do that, which is understandable because that room sucks, and he was still like comparably low to like 100% setup. So yeah, Spiky Room of Death and the attic forcing tributes from both the runners. Definitely just showing off how incredibly dangerous the Red Chip is, especially if you don't have any suits. Another interesting thing is, I at least think that's correct, that even if you have gravity, like having gravity is just as bad as having not a single suit in Red Chip, since there's no environmental damage reduction, which also includes spikes, if I remember correctly. So yeah, I guess the only thing that's better is like Spike Room of Death with the water physics, but I guess the water physics also kind of help, because the thing that like a lot of people do wrong, that I myself do wrong in randos, is just taking such rooms like way too fast, and especially a room like Spike Room of Death, where if you go too fast, like you just can't go through the platforms, take damage, and do dumb shit. It's just you should really always consider just the golden rule of RBO. Just stay calm and don't panic. And you can put that onto anything, and you'll be safe. Just don't panic and stay calm. Alright, Captain Duck now in Brinstar, almost at the G4, on his way to Mother Brain, punishing her for the Super Trolley Seed, and shooting some juicy charge shots into her face, I'm sure about that. What the hell is... Oh my god, please do what I think he's... Oh my god. Yes, Duck, please do that. Oh my god, okay, shoutouts to Duck. This is just cool shit that he's going to do right now, okay. So for those of you who are wondering what this is, there's a secret DLC boss called Spore Spawn, and apparently Captain Duck paid the $59.99 for this DLC just to show it off here on screen, so that is so cool of Duck, realizing that he lost the race, but simply for the purpose of entertainment, showing us this DLC boss, dude. I want a big round of applause for Duck for showing us that this is just cool. Duck being like a cool entertainer, a fair sportsman, and just showing us something that like we probably won't see in like any other rando. So that is just cool. One thing Captain Duck might not realize is that the hitbox of charged plasma is like actually too big. A charged wave plasma is like actually too big to like fit into there. So yeah, he just realized that and just switched to supers, actually getting a nice double hit there in the first round. So yeah. Oh man, this is just some cool stuff right there from Captain Duck. Such a cool guy for doing that shit. Alright, he should be dead now. GG, finishing the true final boss of the game. That is cool. I like that. Shoutouts to Duck for his amazing duck routing. Oh, you can shoot him with charged wave plasma if you jump into him. Alright, that's good to know. Yeah, GG for Captain Duck for finishing the hardest boss in the game. I mean, this boss is so hard that they had to make like an extra category to make him like actually fightable. It's called Spore Spawn on TA. They get like so much equipment. They get like more equipment than an RVO actually because this boss is so hard. And what is he doing right now? I think he's just all memeing right now. I'm not sure what he's doing anymore. Like at this point, he should just go up the green Vinstar shaft and go to Mother Brain. He's going the retro Vinstar route. At that point, it would have been faster to just go through the green shaft, but I don't know. Maybe he has something up. Maybe he just wants revenge on those side hoppers that killed him early on. That might just be an option. Definitely understandable. If I would have been killed early on by one of those enemies, I would want revenge for sure. So yeah, Duck playing it like a man, getting his revenge. And not going up. Alright. Duck gonna do space-time beam and redo the old seat. That's something I'd really appreciate. But unfortunately that's not fun. What a memer, dude. Getting the bombs. He skipped so early on. Yo, Duck, I just love you, dude. You are amazing. You are just the ultimate SM runner. I love like all of them. So yeah, those were the bombs that he skipped like super early on, just to get a little bit of time, and now he just gets them. You are such a hero, dude. Yeah. We'll see how the rest goes. Might actually still be a sub 140. We'll see. I guess not. He doesn't. Nah. I don't think he will. Will be really close though. Like usually I have like when I do like a Hundo run, I have like this estimate of like entering G4. Then like honestly, that's not even my setup. I think Christophilus told me that once. Like in a Hundo run, and like entering G4 like plus 8 minutes. That's like your estimate for like the entire time. And considering that like G4 cutscene is skipped and that Mother Brain is a lot faster with the changes of the randomizer, might be that that's just a close. So that won't be a sub 140. Kind of fortunate, but I mean, he beat Spore Spawn, he got bombs, he's just such a hero, and he is... Don't tell me. Oh, okay, he's... I'm not even sure what he's doing anymore, dude. I'm just so confused. He's refilling at the ship, okay. 65, 65, 30. That's not a bad ammo count. Might just for the laughs go charge us from now on. If anything could happen, Duck could pull it off. I'm not sure anymore. Yeah, Duck knows that he lost. He posted GG in the SRL channel after Traviktox got done. Okay, I think he's just gonna fight BT now. Yeah, it looks like he's just gonna fight BT. Yeah, he didn't fight BT yet because he didn't have bombs when he got there. So yeah, door closes. So oh man. If you haven't seen BT with like all this equipment, you'll have something to love for sure. Oh my god, this is just... Oh my god. Oh. I want to thank Captain Duck at this point for for telling me in advance when his match is gonna be, when this match is gonna be, so that he could snipe. So that I'm gonna admit this right here. I just straight up sniped this match. Like the second it went online for the commentators to get, I just sniped that shit because I wanted to commentate it, and I'm not regretting that a single second. This is just one of the best matches, one of the best solo runs I've ever seen, dude. This is just hilarious. I wonder if he can come up with even more shit to do. Oh man, that was probably the best. That was probably the fastest BT fight ever. It was like maybe 0.1 second of a fight. That was some good shit, dude. That was some good shit. All right. I wonder if he can figure out any more swag stuff during Turian. I'm curious. This guy is a secret to me. I'm full of surprises for sure. Alright, very solid first Metroid run here, Metroid room. Making a quick job out of all those fancy, dancy Metroidies. Killing the Metroids even though he has eyes. I'm honestly calculating on a... Like, if I have to take a guess on what he's gonna come up with next, I'm... okay, my guess is that he's gonna fight Mother Brain with only ammo, even though he has Charge Beam. So I hope he gets the drops he needs for that, because that would be so cool. Just nope, I don't need that Charge Beam, dude. I'm just gonna use my missiles and supers. All right, that. Oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, 60 supers, nice. Oh man, this is just such a good match. Like, I know the match is over, but this is still such a good match. Like, this is... like, you can tell me whatever you want, but this is one of the best races you've ever seen in a while. Alright, Duck damaging himself down here. And... oh, dude, the lag, dude, it's just insane. Baby skip would be pretty hard without high jump. It's like, I mean, Spacer is obviously not needed, but pretty much the only major item he didn't get. I'm sure Duck will appreciate everyone who wants to hug him after the race. You can just give him a big community hug and chat after he's done. Alright. What are you gonna come up with next, dude? I am curious. Okay, he's refilling his missiles. So that might be an indicator for Charge's Mother Brain. Or it was just an accident and I'm interpreting way too much in this. Who knows? Alright, using supers here. Yeah, I guess that's cool. Wasting supers there. He can still do it. He has enough ammo to do. Charge his Mother Brain. I don't think he'll do that. Oh man. Oh man, destroying the Zep with supers. What a guy. So yeah, Zebetite's taking 4 super missiles to kill if you do it quick enough, which Duck definitely does here. Not even bothering with Zep skip, like dude, who needs to skip Zep anyways nowadays? Just destroying the glass with supers. Oh man, I love this shit. Just going full ham on all the supers he collected. Like, that was so cruel. Not even the charge, like, all the supers he collected. He did such a good job with enemy management and didn't even get rewarded. Pumping all those supers into the glass at Mother Brain. Now just finishing it off with deep fried plasma beam. Now that's a question I've always wondered myself. How the hell does one combine plasma beam and ice beam? Like, I mean, Spacer and Plasma Beam, Spacer and Ice Beam would have been a combo that would have been viable, but how the hell does one combine freezing temperature with super hot temperature, bringing something to a state that is even above gas? Like, that's how hot plasma is, it's like above gas. Cold fusion. Okay, I have no clue what that is, but it sounds very scientific, so I'm gonna go with that. Cold fusion sounds very, very cool. Yeah, looks like we're still on schedule, so good. Captain Duck making a quick job out of Mother Brain. Blood plasma. That might actually be a thing. That might actually be a cool thing. Like, imagine that Plasma Beam. I mean, Plasma Beam is like the only beam that is like directly guarded by space pirates. So maybe they develop the Plasma Beam out of the plasma, out of the blood plasma, out of their own blood. Which is why it is so super effective against space pirates. Because it like, since it's like somehow made out of himself, it might be just better for like penetrating their shields, or like just going straight through the shields. Yeah, that's my theory. So whoever came up with that blood plasma theory, Lincoln it to. Sorry, I butchered that name. That is a good theory. Blood plasma, of course. How could I be so blind, dude? Like, how could I even think of like super hot temperatures? Like, of course it's blood plasma. I'm like, dude. Yeah, and blood. That's another thing. It's green, dude. That makes so much sense. Like, alien blood is of course green. So that's just. Oh man. Oh man, this is just so many insights. Alright, Captain Duck now being done with Mother Brain 2. That has been quite a run, dude. I love it. I'm just finishing off Mother Brain 3 casually, just look at this great boss design. You just stand in the corner, shoot up, right, left, hold the shoot button, and you kill the boss. That's great game design, dude. Yeah, because killing Shacktool is like the only right decision. The Chosus drink space pirate blood. They know too. Alright, the only question is, will he go down to the animals and murder them? Or will he go up to his ship and murder the animals? Great decision to make. Killing the animals or killing the animals. I'm looking forward to that. Oh man. Yeah. Having the same problems many do. If they don't have high jump boots, this escape actually sucks. Because you have lag, you have to do a lot of wall jumps, and those enemies on the wall are not really nice to you. In before dice, dude, that would be so cool. I would really appreciate that. Like when we do our casual races of randomizer at the moment, we just like we don't race to the ship, we just race to suicide in the animals. So yeah, we'll see what Dux decides to do. I honestly think he doesn't even know of the current change to the animals, so he might just go down there trying to save them, or he might taunt them. I'm honestly gonna go with that. He's taunt the animals. That's my guess. He's gonna taunt them. Let's see. I don't think Duck is an animal supporter, so I don't see why we would go in there. When the time runs out, you just get in game over screen, like the normal one when you die. Alright, he's going down there. Alright, what will he do? Alright, he is getting in. Has to kill the animals. Rip animals. Oh no. Oh, please, please. Oh no, he killed them. Rip animals. Oh man. I mean, I guess if you think about it, killing them quickly with Hyper Beam is still better than letting them die in the explosion of the planet. So I guess that's cool. I don't appreciate it, but I guess it's still better than just letting them die. Alright, Duck has officially done with an SRL race time of 1:46:15, and probably the trophy for the biggest meme run of the entire tournament. GG to Captain Duck. Oh man. Ah, dang. Alright, I'm gonna give a big GG again here to Traviktox for deciding this best of 3 to him. But I want to get a big GG for Captain Duck for definitely winning the race for the most swag. Yeah, Duck definitely won the race for the most swag. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, GG for Captain Duck. Alright. Yeah. So big round of applause again for Captain Duck, dude. That was a blast. Alright. Okay, so just very quick again. Traviktox, by defeating Captain Duck here in this best of 3, advances in the winner's bracket and is gonna face BPS Blue Plasma Spark in the next round. Now upcoming, real quick again, the schedule, because we're running almost late. On this channel here, Speed Gaming 2, we're gonna have Typo versus Kekuman Shoyu. I'm gonna give up the mic to CFB and Fusta doing the commentary. I'm gonna switch over to Speed Gaming 1, doing the commentary there with Blue Plasma Spark on the match Jighard versus Geneseo. Again, I'm sorry if I butchered that name. And after that, we have 2 more matches, Typo versus Kekuman Shoyu round 2, and Reiko Rider versus Seraph round 1. And after that, 3 matches of Cashmod versus Nice Rosler. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Either Speed Gaming 1 or Speed Gaming 2, doesn't really matter. You'll get great matches on both channels with both great commentary. I'm gonna clean up this channel now because yeah, we only have 10 minutes left, and thank you everyone so much for watching, for the amazing support of both of our artists. Make sure to follow them, they're great guys, Captain Duck and Traviktox. And my name is Punk, and thank you so much for watching.
Hello? Pretty sure this is live. What's up, everybody? Okay, cool. Waiting on Fusa to hop in, and I believe Typo and I can't pronounce this name to save my life. Kekamin Shoyu. I think I pronounced that right. Should be a good race. So, really looking forward to it. Looking forward to hanging out with everybody, talking about Super Metroid, watching Super Metroid, eating, breathing, drinking Super Metroid. Y'all know how it is. Just gonna connect through IRC so I can see what all is going on in the race channel. So for those of you that don't know, there is another race that is going to be going on Speed Gaming 1, or just Speed Gaming. So you can have double the Metroid Randomizer Tournament if you so choose. So that's just one thing to keep in mind. Believe we have a schedule. There it is, right there. Just got posted in chat. That should allow you to see everything that's going on Speed Gaming in general. There's also, Majora's Mask tournament going on. I believe Pokemon Red is also going on. Lots of tourney races going on in general. So definitely a lot of stuff to check out on this channel. And I believe I'm being joined by @FooSDA right now. Someone correct me.
Hello.
Yo, what's up, man? What's poppin'?
Not much. Just a beautiful hot day.
Yep.
Sweating. Oh, it's beautiful. I don't know what else to say about that.
Yeah, I kind of spent all day inside, so sorry.
I mean, you do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah, some people have to work, so it's an unfortunate byproduct of the society we live in. Bernie should have won, dude. So, typos in the race channel. I don't see Kekaman show you right. Am I pronouncing that right, Fuzda?
You can go with like. Sometimes I just switch it up. Sometimes I like to say Kek, Uman, Shoi, U.
Yeah.
And sometimes I like to say Kekuman Shoyu, and then you can say other things. I don't know. I think the best idea here, since I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, is just to change it every single time.
Yeah. I mean, part of me wants to just call him like DP for Dragon Punch because the last half of his name reminds me of Shoryuken.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then then I'd be infringing on the used pizza copyright, so I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. But I think we'll figure something out.
In the spirit of things, we should probably figure out a different way to pronounce Typo's name as well.
Yeah, that's kind of hard though.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, you can go with Tip Wo, I guess.
That's a pretty good one. You can always do the teapot. That's a classic.
Yeah, teapot. Yep. One thing I'm already noticing on Typo's stream, not using Blat Split. Very disappointed. Yeah. Hopefully, Keku Man Shoryuken can redeem the stream for everybody, but right now it's not looking good. Is there anything we should go over while we're waiting on the setup? I mean, I kind of briefed everyone sort of on that the schedule's kind of a thing. You know, there's races going on the other speed gaming channel. Not sure what else to talk about.
Let's see. Last I checked the challenge, it seems like the pre-round is moving kind of slow, so I think there's going to be a lot of compact Super Metroid action coming up the next few days.
I'm looking at the schedule right now. Not to cut you off, I'm sorry, but...
No, it's fine.
There are a billion matches scheduled for Friday. So, literally a billion. I counted them out by hand.
I'm proud of you, man. That's got to be pretty tough to count that many matches by hand.
Yeah, it is. It's very rough, but I graduated high school, so stay in school, kids.
Nice.
Yeah. But no, there are a lot of matches this weekend, so... Although it might be deceiving because there's a lot of best of threes, but I mean there are a lot of matches, so.
Oh right. Yeah, interesting. This is kind of hard to read.
Yeah. It's like Typo is deciding to play a good game.
Hey.
A little disappointing. It's not Super Mario Kart, but I mean F-Zero is still pretty good.
Yeah, I would say it's the silver medal of the SNES racing games.
Yeah. It's not like Rad Racer or anything. Or is Rad Racer NES? I can never remember.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I think Bad and Rad only had a Game Boy thing, if I remember correctly. I don't know. If you remember that one.
Are we counting like the Micro Machines games as racing games? I mean, technically they are, but they're like top down, so it's kind of different.
Yeah, no, I don't like those. Those are weird. You gotta have, you know, the typical from behind third person, maybe first person if you're feeling frisky.
Yeah, first person on Super Nintendo usually works out really well. See, Kekkaman Show You did show up to the IRC, so both of our racers are here. I mean, you can kind of see that because the stream is being captured as well and set up. So there will be a match today, that's pretty nice.
It's definitely better than the alternative.
Yeah. What else can we talk about? Oh, I got a good topic of discussion because this can involve chat as well, so that's always good. Best Advance Wars CO. Or favorite, however you want to quantify it. I think he died of indecision, ladies and gentlemen. Foos is dead. I'm sorry. I gave him a heart attack.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was giving the audience a chance to respond.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I was asking you directly, but the audience can also participate.
Oh, okay.
I think we both misread that. I'm sorry.
I don't know. It depends. Like if we're it depends if we are pre-deployed or a normal map, right?
Let's say not pre-deployed because no one likes pre-deployed maps. Let's be honest.
All right. That's a pretty fair point. I would say I have to pick between either Lash or Sonya.
Yeah, those are both pretty good choices. I'd have to go between.
Because honestly, if you play without Fog of War, you're just I don't know what to talk to. Like just I don't know, man.
You're casual.
Like talk to me.
You're casual, and this is an esports stream. So, I mean, let's be real. I don't know. I'd have to go with either probably Hawk or Adder. Like Hawk's CO power and his passive are both really strong, and then Adder just gets his CO power like every turn, which is always nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
But I definitely respect Lash.
Another fun one is Colin if you just want to have oodles of money. That's always good.
Yeah, I hate Colin though.
Yeah, that's a significant downside to choosing Colin. I will not disagree.
Colin can't even finish the tutorial. Like, come on.
Oh my god.
All right, looks like we're about set up. We got the ROM has been posted in IRC. You know, I grabbed a bag of chips and I'm not sure how it's gonna sound over the mic. So let me just do a test run real quick, and if it's unbearable, let me know, and I just won't eat during the race. How about that? All right,
I'm okay with that.
I'm gonna stuff my face real quick, and you tell me if it's too much. How's that? Too much? I think that's a no. If you have to think about it.
I mean, let's say I've heard worse,
Yeah.
but not that many worse things.
Thanks. really big compliment. Well, in case anyone's wondering, I don't know if this stream is sponsored or not, but they are Fritos brand chili cheese corn flavored chips.
Ooh, I'll be right back.
Yeah. Guess I should open up or go back to IRC. What are we? Oh, the race is beginning in 10 seconds. All right. So ignoring all the other stuff I was saying, the race has started in IRC. So get ready, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if Fusta was like joking that he was leaving, or if he actually had to step away for a second.